Welcome, my friends, to the Red All Over Away End Show with me, Andy Simcox. This show is a companion to Red All Over's main preview show and affords me the opportunity and gives me the greatest pleasure to talk to friends old and new about their club. We look at their team's strengths, weaknesses, style, formation, how the season's going so far, what players we should look out for, and much, much more. But before all that, let me take you back all the way to 1958. Yes, folks, 1958, when a 4-year-old boy went to his first game at Oakwell, sat on his dad's shoulders on the Cop to watch his beloved Barnsley. Fast forward to the present day, and the Cop is now an all-seater stand named the Barry Murphy stand after our longest serving player. It is also designated as the away stand. So in a strange twist of fate, that 4-year-old boy has come full circle and is now finally back on the away end. Strap yourselves in. Roll the titles. This is the Red All Over Away End, and I've got a really, really nice guest in Dan Weldon. Where I am surprised, Dan, is that your podcast, which I'm going to ask you about now, is it's not on YouTube. It's just on Spotify and all other podcasts rather than video. And I think you're better looking than that. I think you should be on YouTube. We all looks. You'd fit in well with Red All Over, because if you ever watch any of our instant reactions, we've got a few people that come on that wear the cap backwards, so you'd fit right in, Dan. Right, Dan, I'll stop acting daft now. Dan, he's from the Yellow Block podcast of Peterborough. Dan, please tell us about your podcast and its cryptic name.
Yes, so Yellow Block Podcast is a Peterborough United podcast. We are audio only, mainly because it's a lot easier to edit that way. We're still a bit old-fashioned. But the origins of the name are pretty simple. We used to now, but I think we've actually painted over it, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We used to have a block of yellow seats in the main stand that we bought from Millwall, I believe, in the 60s. And they were just always there. It was a block of yellow seats in a sea of blue. And that's the origins of the name.
What colour are they now?
They've painted them blue, sadly.
So the Yellow Block is now like everybody else, blue block then. Oh,
Yeah, well, one of the
gotta
owners
keep it
did tell us
alive.
that we'd always have a spot, but it doesn't seem to be there at the moment.
Oh, that's such a shame. Let's talk about this season so far. I've got you down as one of the ones that's going to do well this season, and you're letting me down. I don't know what's going on.
I'll tell you exactly what's going on. We've lost all our best players and signed them with non-league players.
Oh, that sounds like us a couple of years ago. Flipping heck. Tell me a bit about the ins and outs then, because I've always rated Peterborough, always. Even when you got relegated, when we and Huddersfield played out to draw.
Oh, don't talk to me about
that. I know. I just bring it up because I was there, and we thought Huddersfield were going down. Then we thought we were going down, and then you had a goal scored against you, and it must have got onto the pitch because, in my view, when I'm not casting any aspersions, in my view, the last 4 minutes of the game, I'm not sure anybody passed it or tackled.
Yeah.
I don't think they did anything, which I thought were reminiscent of a certain game in the World Cup. So,
Yeah.
bit disappointed in that. But it were always the double jeopardy that you might flip and equalise and we will get stupid egg on our faces. But, right, I'll not bring it up any further, Dan. Right, so, ins and outs. Tell me about what ins and outs you've had in the summer.
Yeah, so, I mean, anyone that has followed Peterborough or watched Peterborough in certainly the last 15 years will remember us for goals and attacking the threat. We're always quite exciting up top. This season, we've done the always smart thing to lose all of our attacking threat. So we've lost our main three attackers in Poku, Jones, and Mothersill. We've also lost Jed Steer, who was our sort of veteran in goal, as well as a couple of other sort of squad players, and Hector Cipriano in the middle, who was our sort of talisman, if you will, in the middle. To replace them, we've not brought anyone really in of note. I mean, we've got Declan Frith from a Swiss side, who looks all right but isn't fit, so hard to judge him. We've got Alex Bassin in goal from Notts County, who came with a fair bit of fanfare, got himself injured, as you do, so he's out till December apparently. We've got Scott Hughes at the back, who we had in on loan from Stockport last year, and he looks great, but also got himself injured, out till December. So it's a tough one for us. We have just last night signed Tom Lees from Huddersfield on a free, which should be nice, bit of veteran flair to put in with the youngsters. But yeah, as a fan looking at the outside at the business, it's worrying.
Crikey. I remember Tom Lees when he played for Sheffield Wednesday. I try not to talk about Sheffield Wednesday in South Yorkshire, but yeah, Tom Lee's a good veteran defender. It'll be a good battle, I think, between him and David McGoldrick. So that's something for us to look forward to.
Well, I don't think he'll play. I'll be honest.
All right, okay.
Certainly not Tuesday.
I hope not.
Yeah.
What? Oh wow. You can't lose players. I mean, Summersville is the one that we highlighted as being one of your better players. I know there's Poco as well, but one of your better players, or one of your best players, if not the best player. Always a threat, I thought, but that's I'd forgotten. I realised that he'd gone, but I'd forgotten that. So what? Since it's all changed, what's 3 games? Well, 4 games in if you count the Daft Cup. I mean the EFL Cup. We played half a team. What's your formation and style then? If it's if you can tell that this early on in the season.
So it swaps between the two, but it's either a 4-5-1 or a 4-3-3, with ever so slightly deeper wingers than out and out attackers. But yeah, you get the gist.
That's not bad. Is there any particular player that we need to look out for that might be a threat to us?
If I was going to look at that team, especially the one that played the game at Wigan yesterday, and highlight the threats that I would be worried about losing more than anybody else, you've got Keane Hayes, one of our wingers on the right, always tricky, always getting himself into good positions, and to be honest, he's probably the best player in that squad now. Or Archie Collins in the middle. He sort of controls the tempo for us.
Did he score Did he score yesterday?
No, we lost 2-0, so no one scored.
Did he score in midweek? He scored recently, I think, somewhere along the line. Don't matter.
Yeah,
I think he
not from memory.
Sometimes, early on in the season, different games, defeats and what have you. I mean, from our point of view, we've done, we started pretty well, but it could have been slightly different in that last Saturday, a week ago, we were drawing, having been 2-0 down, we were drawing against Burton and then scored an injury time winner. So it's all great, isn't it? But it could have been 2-2. Yesterday against Bolton equalised when we got 10 men. Bolton equalised with 3 minutes to go, although the referee did somehow find nearly 10 minutes to add on. I'm not sure what that were about. I'll not talk about refs because people get fed up with me talking about the refs all the time.
No problem.
And that could have been a win for us, but that were a draw. So you can't always talk. Wigan are a good side, though. I think Wigan are a good side. So
yeah,
you had some tricky fixtures, haven't you? You started off away to Cardiff.
Yeah.
So things can change in an instant. All it takes is a win, and I hope that we don't help you out. But if we do, good luck. Sincerely hope we don't, and that you start next weekend. But time will tell. Who knows? So it's not been the greatest of starts. What are your hopes or fears for the season?
Do you know what? I was quietly optimistic at the start of the season. I thought on paper we'd replaced quite well. I didn't think we'd be quite as a as threatening up top as previous seasons, and certainly sort of the season that we came down, we were incredible. That's it that year. But I was positive we'd do at least well and be up in sort of the top half of the table. 4 games in, 4 losses, 2 goals to our names, and conceded. God, I think 7, 8. Yeah, I'm not confident anymore. I think we've got a real fight on our hands at the bottom, and I'm struggling to look around the league and see 4 teams that are worse than us. In honesty, you've got Plymouth down there at the bottom. They're not going to stay at the bottom. They've got a great squad, and the other teams around us. I think we're right in the mix with them with Northampton and yeah, it's not looking great.
A very positive look to we're only 3 league games. Only 3 league games in, Dan. Been it.
Yeah, I know, but
Are,
yeah, it's enough to get a sense of where you're going to go.
are there any positives? Anything for you?
Look, when we get
I
our
know it's
squad back to
hard.
fitness, maybe we've got a chance of winning some games, but not now. We look a mess. We really do.
Well, I will ask you. Right, it sounds like one of your strengths is your right wing. That
Yeah.
sounds like a pretty strong thing. So we need to be aware of that. I promise you, this is just between me and you. Are there any weaknesses, or where are the weaknesses, if there are any?
Oh, there are plenty. So last year we were the worst defenders at set pieces in the league. You'll be happy to know that we've continued that fine form into the new year, and continue to lose out on set pieces. So look, you get a corner, threatening free kick, put some money on winning and scoring because you probably will. Aside from that, our uh, our left flank doesn't look fantastic. We've got a winger that doesn't like coming back to defend, and a left back that is too attacking for the role. In fairness, I think realistically, if we're going to play him in his best position, he needs to be slightly further up in that wing back role. We need 3 at the back to sort of counter it. But Fergie's the manager. I'm not. So what do I know? And yeah, I just it's a young squad. It's undisciplined, and you start playing games. You give that good old fashioned you know poophousery, should we say, um, in the games, and yeah, you'll go flying with this team because they'll get frustrated. They'll start hitting out, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some cards.
Well, we've had an interesting summer in that if you count three, I think it was three, maybe four, 3 or 4 loan players that went back, we've moved on in one way or another 21 players. So we've had a huge change. But so far, and I'm worried about saying this because the transfer window is still open. We've retained some of the players that we think are our game changers and game winners, match winners and what have you, in Adam Phillips, Davis Keeler Dunn, and Luke O'Connell. So we're hoping that we're going to retain them. I suspect that we will retain those 3, and I am worried about saying it because I can guarantee that somebody else in the red all over team, if I say we're not going to lose them and we do, they'll start using a clip of me saying it. So I'm a bit dubious about saying it. So it's going to be a very different Barnsley team that you face. We last season, I think we conceded more goals than any other team after 75 minutes because we lost discipline, we made stupid individual errors, and just weren't fit. That seems to have changed. Although we did concede a late goal yesterday, um, that does seem to have changed. That we're a lot fitter and keeping going a lot longer. The formation has changed. We're now playing with a back 4. We played with a back 3 and wing backs, and we knew that there would be a pretty big change since we moved on our 3 right wing backs and got a proper, if you want to call it that, right back in. So we knew it was changing, and we've got wingers. We're playing with wingers. So we've got Caelan Vickers, who was on loan at Mansfield last year, who was very good, I thought, and he's been really good for us. And on the other wing, when he played midweek, but he didn't start on yesterday, which I think was Reyes Cleary, and he's outstanding. So we've moved on a number of people, a lot of people, but we seem to have signed some real quality players that are looking good. The drawback for us as central defence, it was last year, but our main central defender was or is Mark Roberts, and he's out injured for a couple of months. So we've been playing this last match two left footers at centre half because we've got also another one, Miles de Giverny, who's also out injured at centre back. So a lot of Barnsley fans are wanting us to sign a centre back because one more injury to either Jack Shepherd or Josh Earl, and I might get a game. So hopefully I don't get called on. I'm not as quick as I used to be. So it could be an interesting game. I hope we keep going from our point of view, and I hope you keep doing what you're doing currently. But I honestly believe it'll change for you. I didn't realise the players had moved on, and
Yeah.
it's a real shame because an attacking team like yourselves to lose the attack threat in the with the ones that you've lost is God, it must be devastating. When we've finished, I'll send you. I'll send you the details of a psychologist to help you out if that.
Yeah, I'd
Makes you
appreciate that. I really would.
feel right. Dan, we're going to find out a bit more about you now if we can.
Go for it.
Now, before we started, I told you we've got two young lads, George and Isaac Webster. Now they style themselves as taking over from me now, but also from my good friend Alan Smith, who's sadly no longer with us. So Alan Andy, these kids think like little Anton Deck were. They think they're little Alan Andy. So they insist on coming on this show. I can't stop them. And I know I edit it, so I could stop them. But, I pretend I can't write about it. I know it's a lie, but I pretend. So they come on and ask about various questions, probably about three questions. But, if at any time you get a bit fed up with them, just say, oh, I've had enough now. I don't want to answer any more from them. And truthfully, I would understand. So, little Alan Andy, I'm going to put them on for the first question. Strap yourself in, Dan. So here they are.
Why don't you support a good team?
Yeah, like Liverpool or Manchester City.
Or best of all, Barnsley.
So I support my hometown club, Peterborough. I was born there, wasn't raised there, sadly. Moved away when I was very young, but yeah, I wanted to keep roots in the city. Still got family there, so can get down to games quite often, and yeah, all my best football memories are with the Posh. So
What does it mean to you?
it means a hell of a lot. My wife would argue it means more than her, but I'm not going to say that on the air, but um,
I hope my wife don't watch this either.
yeah.
Right, I'm going to put them on for the second one, Dan. So here they are.
Who is the best player that you have ever seen play for your club?
Look, that's a tough one, and we've had a lot of gems, especially in the last sort of 25 years. I think if you ask most Posh fans, they would probably say George Boyd or Craig McHale-Smith. Most of them would say George Boyd.
Yeah, that
But-
yeah, I
yeah.
would, yeah.
And look, in terms of impact on the club, it probably is. But for me personally, the best player that I've seen in a Posh shirt and the player that's gone on to do the most in wider football is Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
And we had him a lot, for a lot less games than we did George Boyd. So, impact on the club much lessened. But you would argue that his sale got us through COVID. We got sort of, close to 9 million for him in the end, plus a sell and add on. And look, he's gone on to play for England. Big impact in the World Cup, where in the Euros when he assisted that equaliser to take us to penalties. And look, I think realistically, if I was to look at it from my point of view in the games that I've seen for Bosch, it's Ivan Toney for me.
You might not know this, but we had Ivan Toney on loan to us when he were about 18 years old from Newcastle, and he played for us at Wembley against against Millwall when when we won the playoff final. So always rated Ivan Toney, and yeah, he's gone on to play for England and all the very, very best to him. Always liked him. Even as an 18-year-old, you could see that he was going to make it. You could absolutely see it. And I was gutted when we didn't sign him, and I thought it was a masterstroke. And one thing I would say, I don't know if you can, one thing I would say all the way about Peterborough is you know how to get a fee for a player. You don't muck about. You don't sell them for a sparrow's egg. You've gone silent. Can't hear you, Dan. Gone silent.
Hello.
I can hear you now.
I,
Technology, Dan. I thought
yeah,
I thought it's either technology or you're just fed up with talking to me. I thought it were probably that, and who'd blame you? Who'd blame
it's my microphone, unfortunately. Can you hear me now?
you? Yeah, but
No problem.
it's a bit difficult doing an audio podcast without any audio.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm going to put them on for the third and final question. So get ready. Here they come.
What is the one game that you would like to relive again?
See, again, this is one where the wider base will have a different answer to me. I think if you ask most Posh fans, again, certainly in the last 30 years, they would probably say Huddersfield Posh playoff final where we won 3-0 at Old Trafford. Now, I was still quite young at the time. I didn't have the privilege of going to that game, unfortunately, because my dad isn't a Posh fan. So, asking him to take me all the way to Manchester for that, he said, absolutely not. And look, I can't blame him. It's a 3-hour drive. So, for me, my first experience of Posh winning big, well, you say big, was the 2014 Johnson's Paint Trophy final against Chesterfield. We won 3-1. It's my first trip to Wembley, and yeah, it's always lived special for me that game. It's it's big.
I think the Johnson's Paint Trophy was the best competition in the whole world. Never mind your World Cups and your European things, all that. Because we won it. We were the
Yeah,
last people to win it in 2016 against Oxford. So never mind all these other incarnations of it. JPT, the best trophy ever, ever. It's all changed now, and they've ruined it now in my personal view and what have you. Does your dad support football at all?
yeah, he does. So he's lived all over the country, so he's got two teams, and I'll take the mick out of him for being a two-team Tony wherever I can. But it's Chelsea and Hull for him. So.
Does he come from Chelsea or Hull?
No, so Chelsea, I think it's the first live game he ever watched on telly in the 60s, and it always sort of just resonated with him. But he lived quite a lot in Hull when he
Yeah,
was
I
when he
did
was
as
young.
well. I used to go and watch Hull, but
Yeah,
obviously, if I couldn't get back to watch a Barnsley game when I lived in Hull, I'd watch Hull. So, what's your dad?
exactly.
What's your dad's name, Dan?
Martin.
Martin. Shame on you not supporting your son like that.
Yeah,
Shame
well, he's
on
he's not
you.
from Peterborough, so
Don't
it's
matter.
probably shame on me.
No, no, don't matter. He should be proud of you wanting to support your hometown club, Dan.
Yeah,
Shame on him. But anyway, we'll leave him at that. Right, the game coming up then. Tuesday night under the lights.
yeah.
What's your prediction for it, Dan?
Look, you'll be happy to hear I'm not expecting much from the boys in blue. Uh,
I hope they deliver for you.
yeah. Look, I don't think it's going to be a rout. I think we'll close up shop as we did against Wigan when we get under the cosh. But I think realistically, looking at the game, looking at our team, 2-0, 3-0. I don't think we'll score.
You haven't seen our defence yet.
You haven't seen our attack.
Although our defence is better than it was, I'm not. It sounds like I'm rubbish in our defence. It's just that we keep getting injuries in defence. Last year we had five goalkeepers in time because we had two goalkeepers on loan. They kept all getting injured. So hopefully it's not transferring itself to centre halves. Although as I said, two are currently injured.
Well, our goalkeeper that we've signed on loan to cover the emergency one for the one that's gone down, we actually put 6 past him ourselves last year in the derby. He played for Cambridge, was relegated with Cambridge, and we put 6 past him.
That's a great signing, isn't it? Then.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
You watch. You'll have a worldie. You'll have a worldie now on Tuesday night.
2 games, 4 goals conceded, but yeah, we'll see.
God, dear me. Well, they always take the mickey out of me on Red All Over Dan because they call it an Andy special because I always say we're going to win 2-1. It's tried and tested, Dan, but it's not happened yet. Not happened for a bit, to be honest. So I keep plugging away because if I say anything different, if I said, man, you ought to do, didn't I? If I said 2-0 or 3-1 or 3-0 or 1-0, whatever, well, flipping win 2-1. But I suppose I could live with that.
Yeah.
I've said on our instant reaction show, although I have to say I were a mixture of being giddy that we managed to get a draw against Bolton and the ref, and a bit giddy that we didn't get 3 points. So, I'm a bit up and down with it all. So I said 2-1 then, only because it's what I know best. Can't really think of what else. So I'm going to go 2-1, but I hope you get your heart's desire with your scoreline. I hope they get your bigger one, your 3-0 rather than your 2-0, because if it's like last season, I won't even be able to relax at 3-0 the way that we went on end of games. Hopefully this season's a bit different, but we'll see on Tuesday. So I don't know. So, before I go, one last thing I just wanted to say to you, I loved listening to your podcast. So anybody that wants to follow the Yellow Block, by all means listen to it, because particularly between when I listened to it between you and Jared when you talked about the change of emblem for next season. Yeah. I've seen the new emblem as well. Apart from I didn't realise when I saw it that it were anything to do with Peterborough. I understand that a simpler design for for all t-shirts, shirts, all merchandise. But I thought it looked all right. It were a fascinating and amusing discussion. So anybody that wants to be amused, listen to Dan, Jared, and the rest of them on the Yellow Block podcast. It's certainly worth a listen. So all I can say, Dan, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, even this early on a Sunday morning. I really do appreciate it, mate. So,
no problem.
Take care and good luck after Tuesday.
And to you, thank you.
Cheers. Kenneth Wolstenholme said in 1966, there are some people on the pitch, they think he's red all over. It is now.
But I had a word with Kitchen yesterday, and he's not going nowhere. Well, we've been at Shadow Scholars, so he's not going nowhere. You heard it here first.
Put this on Twitter, Josh. James will go on Friday. It'll be Kiefer Moore all over again. Get him tell Josh.
I can't wait till Liam Kitchen's gone by 8 o'clock tonight.
It's going nowhere.
Don't say things like that, Josh, because people may not realise it's a joke.
No, we'll be gone 8 o'clock tonight. Announcement, Coventry.
We're not sending him to Coventry.